Hi, third grade, and welcome back to your green grammar book. Today, we are going to review the correct answers to week 18, Wednesday. Number 1, circle the correct adverb. Identify if the adverb is comparative or superlative. Next Friday is the sooner we can leave, or next Friday is the soonest we can leave. Hopefully you heard that soonest sounds better. And since it ends with that est ending or suffix, that is our superlative. So mark the S there for superlative. Number 2, place commas and or quotation marks in the correct places. Hudson Butler, 6928 Mockingbird Way, Akron, Ohio, 44322. Okay, so hopefully you see what we have here is an address. No one is speaking, so there is no dialogue here, and therefore there is no need for quotation marks. But we need to use some commas here, 3 of them actually, to separate some important information. Can you try to guess where the 3 commas belong? Okay, the person's name is Hudson Butler, so after the person's name, we need a comma. Then we have the street address, 6928 Mockingbird Way. That all stays together, but we need to separate the street address from the city. So right after Way and before Akron, you need your second comma. Lastly, you should know we always put a comma to separate the city from the state. So in between Akron and the abbreviation for the state of Ohio, you need to put your third and final comma. Number 3, use a coordinating conjunction to combine the 2 sentences. And once again, our options for coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Let's look to see which one can go in between the 2 sentences to make them make sense together. The temperature was over 110 degrees. That is a heat wave that's super hot. We stayed inside and watched movies. All right, so this almost reminds me of a cause and effect relationship because it is one. What's one of those conjunctions that signals some cause and effect? Hopefully you're thinking the temperature was over 110 degrees, so we stayed inside and watched movies. Here's what your sentence would look like. Remember, starting with a capital, the temperature was over 110 degrees, comma, and then put your coordinating conjunction there. So we stayed inside and watched movies, period. Number 4, rewrite the title with correct capitalization. You've all heard of this one, I'm sure of it, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, we know that the first and the last word of every single title needs to begin with a capital letter. So that takes care of the and Oz. Wonderful is a long word and it is an adjective. So that definitely needs to start with a capital W. Wizard is a long word and it's a noun. So that must start. The only word we can leave alone for this particular title is of. So we need to capitalize every other word in that title except for of. And finally, number 5 wants you to rewrite the phrase using the possessive form. Instead of writing the mittens of Sage, I'm thinking Sage starts with a capital letter there, so that must be somebody's name. The mittens that belong to Sage, we would use an apostrophe to show the possessive, Sage's mittens. Thank you so much for joining me today. We will check back later to go over the Thursday section.